All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How is
Hello.
everybody doing on this lovely Thursday evening?
I'm good.
How are you, Miss Emily?
I'm living
Barry,
the dream every day.
finally back from his cruise.
Are you well
Yep.
rested?
I wouldn't say that. No.
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 You're supposed to relax on cruises.
You were supposed to say yes, Barry. That was the right
Uh,
answer.
It was
So
okay.
let me bring up the chat here so I can see that. And we're going to get going here. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, watching the live stream. As always, we appreciate you guys. We are sorry for no live stream last week. I really didn't do an announcement or anything. We just kind of didn't do one. I had
We were
internet
all
issues here at
sleeping.
home, so it was just like, yeah. So but we're back, and I think we're gonna kind of kick things off here. It's been a busy couple of weeks as far as like news and stuff. So we got some stuff to talk about this evening. And like we just mentioned, I think we'll start off by chatting about Barry's cruise above the Carnival aboard.
Above.
Barry
You were
Aboard.
floated above
You were
the boat the
floating.
entire time.
Floating above.
The Carnival Mardi Gras, which he got back from on. When did you get back on
Saturday.
on Saturday?
Yeah. So, while Universal Mardi Gras kicked off, I was myself, Sin, and her family were on the Carnival Mardi Gras.
What do we want to
How do I
say?
No,
say
be
this?
nice. Be nice.
How do I say this without sounding super privileged? But
Be
I
nice.
would. How do you say that myself and Sin went on the worst vacation we've ever been on, yet
Yeah.
had a good time at the same time? That would
I
about
guess you
describe
say
our
it like
cruise on the Carnival
that.
Mardi Gras. Yeah, no, I mean there are good and bad things about that ship. I mean, as you two know, many of our friends have been on this ship, and they all had a good time. I
Yeah.
think it is best summed up night 2 after we watched probably one of the worst cruise shows I've ever seen. And this is not a knock at the This is not a knock at the performers.
Yeah.
All the performers on the ship, musicians, were all amazing, except for the magicians. They were awful.
Yeah.
You try to
And
do
the
magic.
magic show we saw was one of the worst things I've ever seen. But Sin turns to me and she's just like, I think we're too bougie for Carnival. and that probably
That's
best
such a
sums
Sin
up
thing to say, though.
our feelings. The crew on the ship, easily the best crew I've ever had on a cruise. They
Yeah.
were amazing. There was a couple of different servers who remembered us every single time. I mean, not just the ones we have in the main dining room that were awesome, incredibly friendly, incredibly nice, went above and beyond. A bunch of different people, members of the crew went above and beyond. It's just, if that ship is Carnival's answer to Norwegian and Royal Caribbean's big ships, they need to do better.
The Mardi Gras was one of their first like big Disney
ships.
Dream, Royal Caribbean, like Oasis of the
Blank
Seas,
Blank of the Seas ships.
Yeah, the Mardi Gras was their first like big ship.
Yeah, and I think they've had 2 other ships like it since then that are now a little bit bigger than that one.
Yeah.
It's just the public spaces weren't big enough for the size of the ship.
Mhm.
The venues weren't big enough for the size of the ship. Almost every show was hard to get into. You had to get there 30 to 45 minutes before the show to get into it.
Oh.
We never got into the piano bar because it was always slammed.
Yeah.
I will say the comedians, they had 5 different comedians on that ship throughout the week, and they were all hilarious.
Yeah.
And the 18 plus shows were super dirty and very funny.
Well, yeah.
But it was hard to get into the comedy club. The only easy time it was to see the comedians is one of the late night shows they have in the bigger theater.
Yeah.
Bolt was fun, Bolt only ran 3 of the 7 days because of wind.
It was really windy the whole cruise. I remember you posting video, and I was like, "Oh boy!"
Except
I
for
wonder if
1 or
Barry's
2
gonna be able to
days,
get on Bolt.
it was pretty windy. Bolt really only ran the first day in Port Canaveral. It ran when we were in port in Honduras, and it ran during one of the sea days. And luckily, we were able to ride it during one of the sea days, so we got the full experience of riding a powered coaster at sea. It was fun. It was $15 each.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was neat, but like I said, winds was definitely an issue throughout the cruise, including I never got to ride the water slides because the couple of times I tried to ride them, they were closed because of the wind.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like, well, then build like a staircase for them that's more blocked, so
Yeah.
they don't have to go down every time it's too windy. So yeah, I mean, it's just I just felt like a lot of things on that ship, they're just compared to Royal Caribbean. There's just so much more to do on the ship, so many more shows. When your competition, both Royal Caribbean and Norwegian, are doing actual Broadway shows, and you're doing these 30 to 45-minute jukebox musicals with a paper thin plot, if you can even figure out what the plot is.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good. I will say a couple of shows were actually really well done and really great shows. And I'd say the other last issue is the fact that the main entertainment venue, the largest one, is not just an entertainment venue, it's also the atrium. They basically combine the 3-story atrium and your main entertainment
LED wall that comes up or something, like screens or something.
Yeah.
I remember
it's
that
giant
from the
LED
preview.
wall that is in front of the 3-story giant window for the atrium. And almost the entire cruise, we never actually got to see outside the window because the LEDs were deployed all the time.
Yeah.
Because they were rehearsing a lot during the day, which once again, if they had a real theater, it all just screamed, we wanted to cram more staterooms on the ship instead of building an actual real venue.
Yeah.
A venue. And also the fact that, like, okay, well, we're splitting it it's an atrium, it's also a venue. Half the seats are obstructed views.
Yeah.
Like, you can't see the entire stage.
Because if I remember correctly, it's just flat. There's no like stadium seating.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's 3 levels, and just unless you're able to get the up close seats, you're going to have an obstructed view. And then also you have to get there like 45 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
To even be lucky to get a seat that you can see. So it's I feel like as unfortunate as I feel like the flaws outweigh the positives of that ship. The food was amazing, which was probably one of the more shocking things.
I was going to ask you. You seem to really praise the food on the ship. So
no, the food was really good. Except for the main dining room was the hit or miss one. But all the other restaurants, and including the quick service, there's so many quick service restaurants, especially for lunchtime. The Shack's Big Chicken. I didn't like it as much as some other people have hyped it up, but it was pretty good. The guy's smokehouse was really good. I was told that the burger place was really good. The cantina with the freshly made tacos and burritos were really good. And there was all kinds of different like little fast food places during lunch that were all really good. And the two the two are Chibang, and then the Italian restaurant where your first meal is free and the second meal, any meals after that, are $8. Those were really good and actually would have been worth another meal for $8 for what you get. So overall, I think you really got it. If you like Carnival, then you'll probably like this ship. If you're more used to Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and I'm not even going to mention Disney in this conversation, if you expect a certain level of entertainment on your cruise, then I would not recommend going on a Carnival cruise. It just it was fun, but it was just, I would have rather spent my money on a Royal Caribbean cruise or even
the
a
whole thing
Norwegian
with like
cruise.
Carnival, they're the party ships, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And,
And I know they've been trying to change their image, but
it's
it's just in with these ships, and my last thing is a lot of the people on the ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, they're the
was-
party ships. So
Yeah, no, and it was so many. I mean, so many old people with scooters.
yeah,
So many old people with scooters, like crazy amount of old people with scooters. It was wild.
Yeah,
so,
I think-
no, I mean we had fun, but I don't think we'll ever set foot on a carnival ship again. So
yeah. I think that's we've been on 5 Disney cruises now, and I think we want to do Royal Caribbean. I've heard Royal Caribbean cruises are a lot of fun.
no, I think
especially with
you'll like a Royal Caribbean.
I don't know how 3 kids on them. I've never really looked into the family kid entertainment options on a Carnival cruise. So, I mean, I don't know if you saw anything while you were on the Mardi Gras.
We did the character breakfast, which was fun. I mean,
that's right, the Seuss one or whatever it is.
Yeah, which was fun. The cereal covered French toast was easily one of the best breakfast things we had
Emily's
the entire
face.
week. But no, I mean it was fun, and for $10 each for a character breakfast, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
so,
$10.
Considering we're paying 40 to 50 here now.
I just want to go on the cruise that has Beetlejuice on it.
The cruise,
that would be Norwegian.
Norwegian?
Yeah.
The new Norwegian ship has Beetlejuice on it.
Sad.
That would be so amazing seeing Beetlejuice.
So that's it. Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah, MegaCon, which you did a couple days before. Emily, you were there also for how many days did you go?
Days.
All 4 days. God bless you, child.
God bless me is correct.
Yeah. So Emily, what did you do your 4 days that you were there? Anything fun, exciting? Any panels?
I'm trying to. Honestly, it feels like that was my vacation. So now I'm trying to remember exactly everything I did. We saw the Back to the Future panel, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know how much time we have left with Michael J. Fox with conventions. So it was just really cool to see him. I've seen him before, but my mom didn't ever get to see him. So she was like crying by the end of it. It was adorable. I'm trying to think. Who else did we see? Oh, Anthony Daniels. He was hilarious. C-3PO. James got a tattoo.
Yeah.
He got a Lord of the Rings tattoo.
I was when you told me about that, I was like, oh, he's getting it on the show floor.
It came out really well. So
yeah, it did. I saw the picture.
You can get good tattoos at MegaCon, apparently.
Yeah.
The 2 I wanted to see was the Star Wars panel with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, as well as the Tom Hiddleston panel.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got in line for Hayden about 2 hours early and got turned away.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked. And then I was waiting in line for the Stranger Things panel on Sunday at 11 a.m. The panel didn't start till 12:30, which is fine.
Yeah.
But one of our friends was trying to meet us in line, and they basically asked somebody that worked there. They're like, "Oh, like, do I just go upstairs to kind of get in line for Stranger Things?" And like before they could even say Stranger Things, the person was like, "The room for Tom Hiddleston is over there." And they're like, "Cool, not what I asked." So I was like trying to figure out just where to go, and I guess people were already lining up for Tom Hiddleston's panel, which, mind you, was at 4:30.
Oh my God.
They were lining up at 11 a.m. and I was like, "Cool, there's no way I'm ever gonna see this
5 hours.
man."
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Honestly, that's fine. I think my only takeaway, I even said it in like the survey thing that they sent out for MegaCon, was just I wish they kind of did a thing like they did for San Diego, where if you can't get into a panel, they do at least live stream it.
Yeah.
And like there would be like a room or just even like monitors somewhere that people
somewhere
could watch
where you
the
can watch
panel.
it. Yeah.
Because like especially now, they used to just make you pay for panels, but now they have like a different tier system of like you can pay or you can wait in general admission line. So I feel like if you're gonna still offer like a free general admission, I don't know, that's the least you could do.
Like live stream
So
it
it
or
was
something.
like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's how a con is though too. Like you see some people, you don't get to see some people.
Yeah.
So
Kinda
I
luck
wish
of the
I could have
draw.
seen more people, but I like the people that we did get to see, and we got some cool merch. We got like a lot of Resident Evil stuff because we kept playing the games recently. And it was just cool to walk around autograph floor. I don't know if Barry had any different experiences considering we kind of spent one day together, but
Yeah.
No, I definitely feel like I'm with you with the live stream thing. That is one thing they
yeah.
did at Star Wars Celebration. The two biggest panel rooms had two live stream rooms. Like they're like next to the where the Chapin Theater is, where they had the biggest panels.
Mhm.
There's a whole room up there, I think on the
Mhm.
fourth floor,
Mhm.
where like during Celebration they had that open where you could watch the live stream of the panel that was in there. So I definitely think that's, especially if they come back to East West Concourse next year,
I think
maybe
that
that's
was my
something.
issue is I like the theater that's in there, the Chapin Theater,
Yeah,
but I
it holds.
hate the way that the con is set up around that section.
Yeah.
No,
Like if it's on the
it's
other side, I feel like I'm usually more happier.
no, it's a different setup. I definitely, last year Saturday and Sunday was, it was if you had to get from the south to the north for a panel, it was a joy trying to get through the crowds to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the one advantage East West has is all the panels are basically, along the outer corridors there. You don't have to cross the show floor to get to
Well, that
them.
was the thing for this one though too, is like you had to tap your badge in order to exit just to
Yeah.
go to the theater.
That's
And
Yeah.
interesting.
then when you were done, you had to walk all the way
You
back
walked
down,
all the
tap
way
to go
down.
back in, and then go
Yeah.
around. And I was like, this makes no sense, but
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know why they just can't push the security corridor further back
Yeah,
for
it was
that
very
one.
silly.
Yeah, I mean, but overall, I mean, the 2 days I was there, I thought, I was worried with them going back there, how things were going to go, and things seemed, pretty well spread out. And I think the only thing I noticed this year, it's the artist alley just wasn't as exciting this year. That I felt like
There's
there was
just
a
so
lot of
much to look at.
there's so much to look at. There's a lot of stuff that I talked with some of my artist friends that looked questionable as far as like was this stuff just drop shipped from China and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I had fun the time I was there, and I'm much happier with the move to February. I think it's one of the reasons why they were able to get the guests they were
Well,
able
it's
to
also
get
nice
to.
not to have to like sweat to death to get there.
That's the other thing. I'm sure for us it was great, and I'm sure for the cosplayers it's even better of
Yeah,
not
Mhm.
that's
having
true.
to die of sweat in your costume. Overall, I think it was. I'm glad. Hopefully, we will keep to February now, where it's one of the biggest cons in the country now, and
Yeah.
so it's
Well, because I looked on the website just for like funsies on the Fan Expo website, and they have like all their cons
mm,
listed, and they're like, this one gets 25,000 people, this one gets 50,000 people. MegaCon was like 160,000 people, and I was like,
no.
yeah, felt it.
No, Dragon Con, I think, is the only thing that's bigger than them in the entire
Yeah.
Southeast now. So Dragon Con's its own thing. So it's I'm good. I'm glad with the move to February. I think it's better for everyone. And you know,
CattleCon
I
wasn't
can't
going
imagine.
on next door apparently.
I know that I found that funny, but I
CattleCon.
think it was well done this year, and looking forward to it staying in February, which is a great time to have it.
Yeah.
So
I
They already
wonder.
announced next year's, but I don't think tickets have gone on sale yet.
No, they announced they got the dates up, but I don't think tickets have gone on sale. I wonder if the move to the East West concourse was due to the date change and they couldn't get the North South.
Or it had
In
just been booked
February.
in general.
there
Yeah.
are good and bad things about both concourses. I mean, the better thing with East West is you have the Chapin Theater, which holds.
Yeah.
It's a great
I know
theater.
it's
just
over
sucks
2,500
to get into.
people. Yeah, no, it's. I think that was the other issue I really noticed was like so many of these panels not starting on time.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Back to the Future did not start. I think it was supposed to start at 7, I want to say. I don't think we started until like 7:50, which
Yeah.
mind you, that could have been like, a health issue for Cass, but at the same time, it's like they put a DJ in there that was like making fun of Taylor Swift the entire time. It was weird. I was like,
Awkward.
nobody wants
No,
this.
I think it's a combination. I think they overbooked a lot of these photo times
Oh
and
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
stuff.
somebody said
And
on TikTok they waited 5 hours for their photo op with Tom Hiddleston.
Good God.
yeah, so it's
Like in a line just for 5 hours.
no, I mean it's just that I think there was definitely some hiccups when it came to panels and photo ops and stuff like that. Just they overbooked people and it was very obvious.
So, all right, moving on. Let's get into some theme park stuff here really quick. We're going to chat about Universal Mardi Gras, which is now going off. There is yours truly opening night. And I was there providing video and finally got to play around with my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which was fun. I got this shot and some other fun slow motion clips. There's the band out playing the music. And I didn't try any of the food opening night. I did for the media preview, which I can kind of quick flip through. But we'll kind of briefly go over the parade floats here. Obviously, the theme this year is elemental elements: fire, earth, wind, and fire.
Yeah,
That's the best way I can.
September.
Yeah,
It's my favorite song on Guardians.
yeah. I described the theme this year as meh.
No, you didn't like it.
Oh, Barry.
Here is the issue they've had. It's like the space year we're now 2 years removed from that.
Sure.
Was like so over top, like one of the best years they've ever had.
The space one, yeah.
I feel like the last two have been it's like, okay, it's like we got elements. It just I don't know. There wasn't really, I thought.
I mean, just from like what I've seen from the pictures, like
super interesting
really
about the
scream elemental to me, but you do
no,
you.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's a Mardi Gras parade. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
This is the Earth parade. The Earth float's really cool. I like the little thunderstorm that goes on up underneath the awning up there.
That was
really right neat. Up in here. There's the Earth float.
No, they continued.
And here is the Bride of Frankenstein float, as I call it.
The only float I care about is the one that has a shark on it.
That's the water one, obviously.
Yeah.
That one was actually pretty cool looking.
But this is the wind one. I get complete like Bride of Frankenstein vibes from the front here.
I can think of something else, but yeah.
Here is the fire float, and this one's really cool looking with all the red, lots and lots of red fire. It does shoot out fire from the top, which you would expect from the fire float. And then here is the underwater water one. You got the octopus, and unfortunately, I don't know if I get a clip of you can see the shark right there.
Shark.
Briefly. Yeah.
Baby.
So that's the water float. And then this one was probably my favorite float. I kind of like the design of this one. This one is the sun and the moon float. And this is kind of split into, it's two elements, but it's one float, half moon, half sun. I like this float. And apparently, according to Laura Sauls, when we were there for the media preview, the sun on the front, I can't remember if she said that they were having a hard time trying to find a sun. But the parade float company that they go to in Mardi Gras every year to design the floats, they said that they had a cool sun face for this float. So, and of course, King Gator, as always, arriving at the end of the parade and always looking fantastic ever since he got the makeover for the what was it, the 25th, right? That they did that for?
Yes.
Yep. Pounded glitter.
The pretty paint job. Tribute store. Did you go to the tribute store, Barry?
Yeah, tribute store is super impressive.
Yeah, it's really good this year.
Really amazing. What they did with it. It is really wow.
This is the end of the tribute store as you're leaving. This is the first time they reversed the tribute store in that area over in Hollywood. You go in what was the entrance of the old prop shop now, and you go to the left, which I don't know if it made any difference to the flow of the tribute store. But for some reason they flip-flopped it, and now you go in where the entrance to the old prop shop was. Again, I don't know
I
if
think it works better as a flow of like you're ending in one of the biggest areas.
Yeah, it starts off smaller and then it gets bigger as it goes. So, and then I got all those videos up on the YouTube, youtube.com/ThrillGeek if you want to check that out. And give me a second.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, I had the beignets. They're Universal beignets. They're still about the same as they've always been. I had the pina colada, and I would call this a pina colada because it's not a pina colada.
Yeah.
And that thing was nasty.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
The one that they had that we had actually here it is right here. During the media preview, we had one, and mine was pretty good. And then we had a demonstration on.
Yeah, but did somebody actually mix it for you?
It was hand mixed.
Yeah.
That's fine.
This was probably my favorite dish. This I forgot how you say it. Pasteleon or pastelion.
Yes.
Pasteleon. Yeah.
Pasteleon. It's basically like a Puerto Rican version of lasagna. It was amazing. I loved it. It's got plantains instead of like noodles, and it was really good. And believe it or not, the chef that one of the chefs, it's actually his mother's recipe, which is pretty interesting. I guess he took his mother's recipe and made it a menu item for Universal Mardi Gras, which is pretty cool. And that was really good. And then, of course, we had a demonstration on making beignets, and then we got to enjoy some beignets during the preview. Laura Sauls came out as usual and talked to us about. It was really interesting, everything she was saying about designing this year's float. She said when they were designing the theme for this year, you'll find this kind of interesting, Barry, because you seemed like you weren't a fan of it. She said that they went to I can't remember the name of the float company in New Orleans that they go to. But she said that they had a theme in mind, and it didn't quite work out. So then they had to come up with this elemental theme in the last minute. And I think she talks about it in this clip on our Twitter X feed, whatever you want to call it. And then here are some more clips of all the floats from this is the media preview. I actually think I got a better shot of the gator on this one, Emily, or the shark. Where is did I not post it? I guess I didn't. Float.
We're
gator.
doing great.
And then here's another shot of the tribute store. This is the captain in the tribute store. Really cool little Pepper's Ghost effect they got in the tribute store. The captain kind of keeping an eye on everything in the tribute store. And here's the King Gator popcorn bucket that everybody was talking about.
That's a baby.
And he's $29.99. Of course, you get your first refill is free. And then that was it from Mardi Gras. We'll be back, obviously, some more. There's a few more. I have a list somewhere of a few more food items I want.
Yeah, I get to ride a float on Sunday.
Oh, did you do the pass holder?
Yeah.
So all right, let me get rid of this. And we are next going to be moving on to the earnings call from Disney, which I thought we could chat about for a little bit. So let me go back on our timeline here and we can chat about
Frozen
that.
3, Toy Story 5,
Yep.
Zootopia number 2.
This doesn't even sound like real movies anymore to me. Like they're just numbers.
Moana 2, which was originally supposed to be a TV show, but we turned it into a movie.
This I think was probably the coolest thing announced, and I'm not a Fortnite person to start off with. Alex, what's up? I'm not even paying attention to the chat here. Michael says the tribute store is really amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. This was probably the most interesting thing to come out of the earnings call. Disney and Epic Games. Disney is investing, what is it, $1.5 billion to acquire
Mhm.
an equity stake in Epic Games. And this is going to be something that is going to take place in the world of Fortnite. I was kind of confused as to what it was when they first announced it. But it's going to be connected to Fortnite, kind of like the Lego thing that they just came out with, I guess. I guess there's like a Lego
Yeah.
thing now to
Yeah.
where you play in like the world of Legos. So it's not
Mhm.
the battle royale aspect of Fortnite. But they were very vague on the details. They didn't say much about what this was going to be, but in this concept artwork, you can see that it's going to be this giant online Fortnite based Disney world. Not Disney World, but Disney universe set in the world of Fortnite.
Yeah.
And apparently, like up here, you can see Disney Plus, ESPN, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar. I think it said somewhere in there like you're going to be able to watch Disney Plus movies like with your Fortnite character and stuff. And
Mm.
over here in this area, you can see Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know what this black tower is here.
My
Mm.
soul.
My it almost looked like I wanted to say Avengers Tower, but it's a black like skyscraper. I don't know what that
They
is.
probably haven't decided on what it is yet.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But then obviously you got some X-Wings down here. And I'm guessing this is some kind of Star Wars area. It's got a very Tatooine kind of vibe to it. You got Wreck-It Ralph, and I forgot what this area was down here. Monsters University is right here. And then over here, you've got what looks like Stitch's spaceship. More Star Wars up here. Oop, or Barry just
He's
dropped
yeeted
out.
himself out of there.
And then obviously Pandora. They teased that in the announcement trailer. So yeah, this was really interesting. I don't know, Emily, you were kind of shaking your head that you think this was pretty cool. Any
I
thoughts
mean,
on the whole
it's
Fortnite Disney thing?
well, see, I think it's interesting because we really started with Roblox
Mm-hmm.
and having like Disney things in Roblox
Yep.
and Universal parks in Roblox, just like made by random people, just by fans. So it's just like interesting now that it's like all of a sudden we're getting like Universal Minecraft and now we're
Yeah, we
getting
we
Disney Fortnite. And I'm like, I
yep.
wonder where that came from.
Yeah, I mean we can even mention that the whole Minecraft Universal thing that was
Hmm.
announced a couple days ago. Everybody's playing that and checking that out. It's basically like an official Universal
Yeah.
theme park set in the world of Minecraft. It's like a combination of all the Universal theme parks around the world. It's really cool.
I mean, I'm just a video game nerd, so like give me
Yeah.
everything as a video game. I'm cool with it. But I just think it's interesting, like kind of the progression of how we got
Mhm.
to here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. Let me see if I can bring up the Minecraft thing here while we're on the subject of video games.
Yeah, because I saw like a few people posting videos from it.
Yeah, it's called the Universal Universal Studios Minecraft Experience. And this is really cool. I mean, the minute it was announced later that day, people were uh,
Hmm.
already downloading it and experiencing it, and it's like this
It looks
really
cool.
cool looking hybrid theme park of I think it's pretty much every theme park, Beijing, Japan, Orlando,
Hmm.
Hollywood. They got
Yeah,
Jaws. They got
all sort of mishmashed.
yeah. And I have a photo of there's like a map of the park, which everybody absolutely loved. Like here's ET, um, and it's really cool. I think it's like $8 to download. I think it's like somebody said it was like $8.
Which isn't
And
bad.
it's like super detailed from the screenshots and the video clips that people have been posting. Like everything down to like the gift shops have like
Hmm.
the souvenirs on the shelves and stuff. And like here's Back to the Future, which is cool. That I'm most excited about that. And they got Skull Island, Reign of Kong, obviously from IOA. Um, to check out, which is really cool. And here's Mummy. Um, it looks really cool. I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to. I was never, I was never a huge Minecraft person. It's cool to
Same.
see some of the creations people have made with Minecraft. Jaws is on there, which is amazing. for those of us that miss Jaws. So you can go in there and ride Jaws. And then they have the tram tour from Hollywood. So there's the big flood area. That's really cool. The Jaws part. But yeah, it looks really cool. So yeah, no, it's really interesting. All these video game things that have happened within the last couple weeks with this Fortnite thing, and now Universal's got the Minecraft thing. But yeah, I'm curious to see where this goes. This may finally get me into playing Fortnite, which that's Jordan's thing. So he's gonna have to. I'm gonna have to be that.
At least
parent.
you'll have an expert to guide you through it.
Yeah, I showed it to Jordan, my oldest son, and he was like, "Oh, this is so cool," and he didn't know, what it was, and I was like,
Because I remember watching your kids one time, and both Jordan and Connor were like, "We built SeaWorld," and I had to sit through the whole tour of SeaWorld.
That's
which
the
was
thing is
cute,
people building theme parks in these, especially Minecraft. Like, there's some real.
Yeah.
I don't know where the people get the time to build some of these things they do in Minecraft. But building like whole theme parks has been a thing for a while in Minecraft, and now we got this official one from Universal to download and play. Like I said, I think somebody said it's like $7-8 to download, and you can jump on there and check that out. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And Disney's investing a $1.5 billion in Epic Games for this Fortnite thing. So clearly, it's something that they see longevity in, which is the other thing with Disney and video games is they don't have the greatest track when it comes to video games. I know what's the game that Cheryl
Disney
plays?
Infinity.
Dreamlight. Disney Infinity, yeah. And Dreamlight Valley. Dreamlight Valley is doing really well.
I got tired of it though after a while.
Cheryl loves that game. She's addicted to it.
I've picked it up and then put it down for a while, and picked it up and put it down for a while because
that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
She loves it. She loves the Dreamlight Valley. It looks cool.
It's fun. It's just you're kind of doing the same things over and over again, which is kind of why I fell off.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with all this new Fortnite Disney partnership, because they seem like they're $1.5 billion isn't chump change. So it is to Disney, but for them to drop that into Epic Games, I think somebody did the math, and that's like the evaluation of Epic Games is like, I forgot how much they said like Epic Games was worth. So, anywho, all right, I'm gonna get this off of here, and let's go back through the rest of we didn't even go through the rest of the earnings call stuff that was announced. As Barry mentioned, let's talk Swiftie.
Taylor Swift.
The Eras Tour, Taylor's version, coming to Disney Plus in March. I don't think, did they give us March 15th. So that'll be coming to Disney Plus. That was announced. They also announced Percy Jackson, which I don't watch. I know nothing about, but apparently it's huge because I posted an article back when the Percy Jackson stuff showed up at Hollywood Studios, and it like went nuts, and everybody was like retweeting it, sharing it, like do a sequel, or do a season 2. We want season 2, and well, you got it. And then this was the stuff Barry was talking.
Watch it now.
Yeah.
Now that I know it's getting a second season.
Yeah. Apparently Percy Jackson is huge, which I kind of had huh?
It's very big for like younger audiences.
Yeah. It was pretty surprising the amount of people that I was looking at the shares of our article, and there's people that were very, very passionate about it, which is cool. So and then we got some movie updates from Disney. Zootopia 2 will be released next year in 2025, and Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5 will be coming in 2026. So Disney is betting big on sequels the next couple of years. So we'll see.
Yeah, since people didn't show up for the originals. So
obviously Frozen 3 will be huge. Zootopia 2, I'll be very curious where they go with that. In Toy Story 5,
I'm tired.
I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
money. What story are you gonna tell?
Like, here's the thing. Like, the only thing I can see them Toy Story 4 was a good wrap up for Woody and his story.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could really do like a wrap up for Buzz. Like that's like the only
Do
thing I
we
could think of.
care?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
do we need that? I was trying to figure out where they're going with Toy Story 5. Like
Who knows?
yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much it for the earnings call stuff. I think I kind of wanted to quick go over that. And oh my god, my notes on my phone, I had my microphone activated, so it's been recording all of me talking. That's kind of funny. Oops. Oopsie daisy. So yeah.
Everything.
No, it's not. We're not done yet.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We got more to go. It's actually been a busy couple weeks. As you can tell me scrolling through the old Twitter X feed here, whatever you want to call it.
Nah, the website that no one goes on anymore.
Let me go. Oh, that's our I have to this picture. I have to toot my own horn for a few seconds. Was this picture not phenomenal? I was so proud of this picture when we were there on Saturday with the kids. We were walking over to Green Eggs and Ham, and I saw the sunset, and I was like, I'm just going to take a quick picture. And it ended up coming out like really, really cool. So, oh yeah, Super Bowl. We got the Super Bowl, got Deadpool and Wolverine. What'd you guys think about this trailer? I mean, what is there to think about?
Well,
It was
I mean, to be fair, in the Super Bowl, they were just like, "Here you go, watch the full thing online."
Watch the trailer
and
online.
I think
Yeah.
I broke
hate it
my
when they do
phone
that.
trying to find it.
Like, I get it. It's the Super Bowl. You can only. I don't know if you're.
No, but they showed like
restricted
full
to-
trailers of other things.
Well, I mean, also it's like what $7 million for 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. I don't know if there are. Well, they showed the trailer for other movies, so I don't really think there's like a.
well, I mean, the
restriction
other
for-
movies were more of a teaser. Like Wicked was literally like a 1 minute.
I don't
yeah.
wanna talk about it.
Yep. And speaking of
And,
that, there's the poster for Wicked. We got the trailer for that.
If you didn't know, it's a musical.
That was the big thing
Really?
about
Once again,
the trailer.
Again,
They didn't-
marketing sort of hid that.
They buried in the trailer that it was a musical. Like there was no scene
Dude,
in the trailer.
I don't understand this. Why it's like it's one of the biggest musicals of all time, and it's like but
Yeah, it was
whatever,
really-
it's
there
a
were-
teaser.
I don't want to talk about it. I have
There were-
feelings.
There were a lot of people very up in arms about why they didn't give any inclination as to why they didn't like put any snidbit of a musical. And then we got this
they did.
masterpiece. Well, there was some singing in it, but I'm talking like visually. They didn't show any of the musical numbers in the trailer.
I feel like now, if you didn't think we were in full on '90s nostalgia now, this movie
Twisters
sequel
pretty much confirms it.
Confirms that we're
Yeah.
in full on '90s nostalgia now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
because I mean, there is literally the original Twister is literally about as '90s of a blockbuster movie as you can get.
And it's beautiful.
It is like that and Speed are like the quintessential like '90s blockbusters.
Speed. I haven't watched that movie in forever. But yeah, we got the trailer for Twisters. After Maverick, I am a huge Colin Powell fan, so I'm very curious to see.
You mean Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell. He was fantastic in Maverick, and what was the other movie I saw him in? I didn't see the recent one he came out with. What's her name?
With Sydney Sweeney, yeah.
Yeah, there was something else that he came out with recently that I saw. But it seems like which is perfect for him. It seems like he's gonna play that arrogant, cocky storm chaser, kind of the equivalent of what's his name in the first Twister movie.
Bill Paxton.
No, not Bill Paxton. His rival. What's his name?
Not Bill Paxton.
Yeah, but anyways, him. It seems like he's going to be playing and he's going to be like, I'm huge into like storm chasers, and Reed Timmer, for those of you that don't know, he's a big storm chaser. He looks like he's going to be kind of like a version of him, and he has this thing where he parks it in the path of the tornado, and the tornado goes like right over the car. And
Yeah.
And
That
it's
sounds
so great.
realistic.
Yeah. Well, no, this Reed Timmer guy actually does it. He literally parks.
I know who he is.
Yeah. It's nuts. Yeah, Laura said Carrie L. Yeah, thank you. But where was I going with this? The tornadoes actually look like tornadoes, like you were kind of saying, Barry. Like the 90s Twister, the tornadoes, CG was, still in its infancy in movies. And whenever Twister came out, what was it, 90, 94, 93 it came out?
It feels like that was later.
Was it later?
Hold on.
90s,
It was
late
95
90s?
or 96.
95, 96, somewhere around there. Anyways, mid 90s, CG was still, 96. Thank you, Emily. CG was still in its infancy. And the movie, the Twisters actually look like Twisters. So it's I'm excited. Let me have this is going to be my Top Gun Maverick of 2024. So y'all better be ready. I am giving you a fair warning right now. Twisters, for those of you that know, Banks Lee, he was him and I are huge, like tornado, like storm chasing nerds. And we were texting each other back and forth and just how excited we are for this movie. And we're like, we are seeing this in the biggest possible screen format possible. So anyways, that was it. Anything else for Super Bowl besides the movies? There were some commercials that were
all I cared about.
Yeah, the movies. There were some commercials that were pretty funny. I can't remember off the top of my head. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one was pretty funny. The
neighbor,
like a good neighbor. That was pretty funny. There were some commercials at the beginning that started off really good. For the Super Bowl that were pretty funny. So, all right, I think we can wrap
the one that stood out to me was the Despicable Me 4, where Illumination made fun of basically AI art.
Did you see the Steamboat Willie one?
Yeah,
they posted on this one, the comic royalty one, and it was like Will Ferrell. They did. I don't know if they posted it, but the wiener dog. Oh God, that was great. But they did one they did a Steamboat Willie, because now he's like public domain, blah 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 blah. And it was like a minion like driving the steamboat, and it was actually pretty funny. But I think they just posted that wasn't part of the trailer. I think they just posted that to their social media. So all right, let me really quick here do some shuffling around with what I got up here, and we will wrap up with one more thing, and then we can get on out of here. Let me find it. Here we go. All right. All right, we got an opening date for Tiana. Well, not opening date, opening time frame, I guess we should say. Disney World confirmed that Tiana's Bayou Adventure here at Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom will have a summer 2024 opening date, and they released new video and photo of one of the Tiana animatronics, and thank the amazing Lord, the screen-faced animatronics are no more.
Dead.
Yeah. And they shared a picture of the ride, which continues to be changed on the outside, the exterior of the mountain. Lots of moss and lots of plants are being I heard they're even starting to take down scaffolding. And they're starting. We've seen water testing.
Time to go take a trip on the railroad.
We've seen water testing and which apparently they've been doing overnight.
See here. Let me see here. Here it is.
And it's the latest versions of the animatronics. And she's
is
impressive
and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks really, really good. I was thoroughly impressed with how amazing she looks. And like I said, I'm so glad the Frozen Ever After screen based animatronics. They even have them on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I'm glad
I
those
mean, I
are.
don't mind if it's like just the eyes, but when it's the
No.
entire
Well,
face,
that's what
I'm
it
like,
is on
"Ugh."
Mine Train. It's just their eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Same
their
thing with
no,
the
it's their eyes
Zootopia
and
ride in
face.
Shanghai.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
the Shanghai. Yeah, it's just their eyes. Yeah, for riding Frozen Ever After now, it always looked horrible before, but
Just a
it
jump
looks even.
scare.
It just looks even worse now. It's just bad. I
Yeah.
really hope they finally spend the money and put proper heads on them, because other than
But they won't.
except for the projection faces, I mean the rest of the animatronic, everything moves very fluid. It's just
Mhm. Just
it
those
just looks
demon
awful.
faces.
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks horrible.
So yeah, we got summer 2024 opening date for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and then I believe they said in the update that we got from Disney, yeah, it says down here later in 2024 at Disneyland Park in California. So it looks like Disneyland's is still on for a 2024 opening date just later this year. So we'll have to wait and see when that is. And they also said there will be dozens of new. Where is it? Yeah, right here. It's guest to blah, 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 blah. Dozens of entirely new audio animatronic figures, along with Princess Tiana, Lewis, and Madame Odie. Keep an eye out for Eudora, Charlotte, Prince Ralphie, Prince Naveen, and others. So there's
Yeah, I think we've said this here on before. Like, I think people are going to be shocked with this attraction, because it's like people, they've got to knock it out of the park with this thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
they can't
they can't
they
screw
can't.
this up.
Yeah, no.
there's no there's no room for messing this up.
Yeah.
Because for obvious reasons. So but yeah, opening time frame, obviously we will bring all the updates to you guys as we get them, official opening date, and then all that stuff there, so forth and so on. So
Yeah.
all right, I think that's
Are
it.
we
I
done
think
now?
yeah.
I think we did it.
Well, we're still under an hour,
Awesome.
56 minutes. I thought we were
Yeah.
going on for longer than that for some reason. So, yeah, I think that was it. I think, like I said, a lot has happened the last 2 weeks, and I tried to just kind of go over a little bit of everything. We went over Mardi Gras, we went over MegaCon. You talked about your cruise. Big theme park news was the Tiana Bayou Adventure opening date. And there were a few other little 1900 Park Fair got an opening date. Finally.
Finally.
Yeah. And there's a few other little things in there that we can maybe save for another time. But yeah,
Another time, yes.
we can get on out of here and wrap it up. So, anyways, we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. We will be back probably next week and kind of get everything back together and keep going with this. So cool. Yeah.
Yay.
Maybe get some
That's it.
Horror Nights announcements here in the next couple weeks.
Good luck.
Womp womp.
That's
No.
real cute.
Wish.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
By the way, I got our guide wiped clean for 2024, thrillgeek.com/HHN. So
She's
as
fresh.
soon as
She's
that stuff,
ready.
yeah, she's ready to go. She's empty and just kind of sitting there waiting.
Same.
I always, yes, right, just empty, or just empty and waiting. So, all right, yeah, let's get on out of here, Barry. Do the honors.
Oh, we still doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got social media.
We are at ThrillGeek on Twitter.
happier.
I'm not going to call it X. Instagram. TikTok.
It's a
Threads.
Question
mark.
follow us on all the socials.
Follow us on all the socials. youtube.com/ThrillGeek. Facebook.com/ThrillGeek. And you can visit us at ThrillGeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And I'm at Culture and Thrills. Emily's at Geek Notice.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't like going on the internet anymore.
It's a scary place out there.
It's terrifying,
Yes, it
actually.
is.
it's a scary, scary world out there. So, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you back here next week, Thursday, 8:30.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye. See you in the parks.